Good afternoon and welcome to Rights TV.
Today we have a very special visitor from UNICEF called Mr McMurtrie.
This week is a very special week for Murphy Primary, as the whole school will be going for the Rights Respect and Gold Award.
Mr McMurtrie will be the assessor on whether we get gold for rights in our school.
So, Mr McMurtrie, what is your job at UNICEF?
My title is Senior Professional Advisor for Rights Respect and School Award. So it means that I work with lots of different schools all over, not just Scotland, but across the UK. Because I also look after Northern Ireland, and I have staff who work in London and in the north of England. So for my job, I usually help with training, help with resources. We all have, every time a school registers, they can get an email from us. So if schools have questions that they need to answer or ask me, then I'll help them with that.
Thank you.
Why did you choose this job at UNICEF?
Well, I used to be a children's rights officer, and I used to work in this area. So for me, learning about children's rights was so important because I saw such a difference in young people's lives. When you know what your rights are, it's really important. You'll probably be able to tell me that. What difference it makes to you just learning about your rights. So a part of my job was looking after rights respect in schools when I worked in local authority. So I used to go around all the schools and help them learn about rights and to achieve the award, and I used to assess them. So when the job came up at UNICEF, I thought I would really love that job, and I was really lucky to get the job. And it was very difficult because lots of us were interviewed, and I was interviewed 3 different times. So it wasn't easy to get the job, it was quite tricky. But I did my best and I got the job.
Okay. And because you work at UNICEF, can we ask you what difference it makes to the world and humanity?
UNICEF.
Yeah.
So UNICEF are the oldest children's charity in the world, and we're actually mentioned in the Convention on the Rights of the Child, the UNCRC, which you know lots about. So we help save children's lives. We've got people all over the world who will go and deliver aid when it's needed. So food, water, help build shelters, help get schools back up and running so that young people have an education, and they help families who are struggling. So that's really important. So it makes a difference, not just in the UK but across the whole world. So when there's wars or natural disasters, UNICEF help there. And in the UK, we have Rights Respect in Schools, so that helps children learn about their rights. But we have lots of other things like we've got a baby friendly programme, so it means that when children are born, the staff that work in the hospitals in the UK all learn about children's rights. So that's great.
Okay. What schools have you given the Gold Award to?
I have lost count because there's been loads. Over the years I've been involved in rights respecting for about 11 years and 4 years in my job in working with UNICEF. So in Inverclyde, where we are just now, I have awarded all of the gold schools. So I think there are 5 in Inverclyde now. So I've awarded them all, I've assessed them all over the years, but quite a few. We've got, in Scotland alone, over 1,400, so it's over 1,000 schools involved in rights respect. And last year, we awarded 142, I think it was. And I didn't do them all myself, but I read every one of their reports. So it's a lot of reading, a lot of work to do.
Do you think a show like this would impact on how children learn rights?
Rights TV?
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting, and I think it's a great thing that you're doing because you've been interviewing people. Do you just pick all your questions and interview people whenever you can? I think it's so important because young people like to hear from other young people, don't they, as to what they're doing. So I think it's really good that you're asking some of the adults. Do you ever ask other young people about it as well?
Yeah, the mediators.
Yeah.
So you've interviewed them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it's great. And where do you use it on YouTube?
YouTube.
YouTube and Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah, I think it's a really great way, and it's something that when I'm ever speaking to other schools who are looking for new ideas, I might just tell them about this. So it's a really good idea. Well done. How long have you been doing it?
Started last year, didn't we?
Well, just when the race group started, I think. Just as it started, and the first day we had different jobs at the nursery, and we always wanted to do a show.
So Rights TV.
Yeah.
I think it's a great thing.
So far, do you think Murphy could get the Gold Award?
Oh, that's a tricky question. because we've still got a little while to go, I've still got to speak to the pupil groups. What I'm seeing so far is really, really good, and the knowledge that I'm hearing from the staff and from the parents and from the pupils is all really positive. But what we do for the Gold Award is that you don't get told on the day. So I have to write a report, which is why I'm going around looking at evidence folders and speaking in classrooms and speaking to your pupil groups and your parents and your teachers. So I have to gather that together, write a big report, and we send it to what we call an accreditation standards committee. So it's people from gold schools all around the UK who read all these reports, and they let us know final decisions. So you won't know until 21st of March is the next big meeting. So a couple of weeks. You'll know officially.
Thank you for talking with us.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And thank you for watching. Please leave a like on the video.
And subscribe if you haven't already.